So today's adventure starts at the shore excursions desk because I don't really want to go outside yet. It is super rainy outside. We're in Icy Strait Point in Alaska and it is proper Alaskan weather. So we're going to head out today and try our best to see a load more whales and other wildlife obviously as well. But you know, we saw a couple of days ago when we were in Sitka. But we've seen some just off the boat today. So when we pulled into Icy Strait Point at around 7 o'clock, we went up and had a look off the ship, and there was a couple of humpback whales moving around. So we reckon on this particular excursion, if you don't see any whales, they'll refund you $100. So it's either whales today or $100. Yeah, it's tender time. These little boats will take us into the mainland now. Hey buddy. Can I hold your hand as well? Thank you very much. So at any port you come into and there's no way of getting right up to the shore itself, these are the things that you use. These are the tender boats, well actually the lifeboats. It's good to know that they work. They use these whenever you can't port at the docks. So we catch one of these in, if there's a town like Icy Strait Point, and we catch this in there and then jump on our next excursion. But the ship then will be just out there. You can see it in the rain. And the infinity sands out there whilst we head inshore. Brilliant. How hardcore do you reckon these guys are?
Not sunny, not raining, not cold.
Head out and you see kayaks. And see some whales in the rain. Love it.
But before we get going too far, I've just got to go through the safety speech. In doing so, I have to tell everyone about the 3 life rafts on the bow of this vessel. In the unlikely event that we would have to board those life rafts, we would need to put our life vests on.
So the captain's heading up now to try and catch up one of the males. They've got different sized dorsal fins and a different shape as well. So we're going to try and catch one of those. Putting the pedal down. Some orcas out there in the distance. Some off the starboard over this side, just behind that ship. That boat's definitely get the best of it. Oh, what? That was the orca and a baby as well. Yeah, right there. So apparently, we go whales. So over the last few days of trying to shoot whales and orcas out in Alaska, I've honed in a few of the settings, a few of the priorities that you want for your camera. So in terms of what camera you want, it depends on what camera you have. The best camera is the one you have in your hand at that moment. When a whale comes out, whatever's in your hand to take that shot is your best camera, okay? But if you've got a choice, then if you've got a DSLR like this one, bring a lens hood for it, so to keep the rain off the lens. And always, when you're in somewhere like this, you always got to keep checking for rain droplets on the screen. So always check that.
make sure that your camera is water sealed, or you know if it's water sealed or not. The higher end Canons, this is a 5D Mark II, will be water sealed. Doesn't mean you can drop it in the water, but in the elements like this, then it's okay. And in terms of settings, with the focus, I've gone for almost all the way to infinity. And I say almost all the way because it's not all the way to infinity, because it blurs back out when you get up to that infinity sign on the focus wheel. So take it most of the way, see what it looks like, take some test shots, check for sharpness, because the whales will normally be more than 10-15 meters away from you. So you know that you've always got a sharp shooter. Because with autofocus sometimes on the lower end cameras, they're not quite as quick, especially on the lenses. They're not that quick in terms of you got to shoot it, it autofocuses, and then the whale's gone. So for me, manual has been really good, and it means that I've always got a sharp shot. Wipe you off one more time. And then for settings, in terms of ISO, aperture, and shutter speed, I've just gone for TV, which is time in value or shutter priority, and put it down to about 2000. And today we've been lucky with the weather. It's raining, but we've been lucky in terms of brightness. It's really bright out here. So the aperture and the ISO, the sensitivity and the hole at the front, they take care of themselves, and the camera takes care of that. And all I take care of is the shutter speed, because I want a fast shutter speed, because it's basically an action or sports shot. And I want to catch those whales flipping their tails out with the water droplets coming off. I want to catch those orcas reaching out with the babies coming after them as well. I want to capture that nice sharp, nothing blurry on it, so a high shutter speed has been great. So in terms of cameras, always the best one is the one you've got on you at that time. And then with the settings, manual focus and shutter priority, and catch those action shots of those whales and orcas.